Forget the silly stuff. Forget aliens, sea monsters, ghost ships. What if the real terror isn't supernatural, but something far more primal? Something here, on Earth, that's been swallowing ships and planes for centuries right under our noses. This isn't just a mystery. This is the ocean's deepest secret. You know that feeling? That itch at the back of your mind? The one that whispers there's more to history than dusty textbooks? That maybe, just maybe, truly epic things happened long before we ever wrote them down. If you've ever felt that pull, that craving for secrets just beyond our grasp, then you're tuned into the same frequency as those captivated by the Bermuda Triangle. This isn't just about things going missing. It's about how we wrestle with the unknown, how legends are born, and why the most terrifying answers aren't always found in flying saucers, but in the raw, untamed power of our own planet. So, buckle up. We're diving deep into the mystery that has baffled generations. December 5th, 1945, a routine training flight out of Fort Lauderdale. 5 U.S. Navy. TBM Avenger bombers. Flight 19. Experienced pilots. State-of-the-art planes for their time. What could possibly go wrong? Everything. Within hours, radio transmissions turned to static, then frantic, disoriented cries. The flight leader, Lieutenant Charles Taylor, reported his compasses spinning wildly, a total loss of direction. Then, nothing. Silence. Flight 19 vanished, and the massive Martin Mariner search plane sent after them, also gone. No wreckage. No oil slicks, just erased, swallowed by the ocean. But this wasn't some freak accident. Flight 19 became the chilling centerpiece of a legend already whispered among sailors for decades. A nightmare zone in the Atlantic, roughly triangulated by Bermuda, Miami, and Puerto Rico. Before Flight 19, there were countless others. Ships found eerily abandoned, food still warm on plates, vessels simply disappearing mid-voyage, no distress call, not a splinter of wood left behind. Stories of sudden, violent squalls that materialized from clear skies, gulping down entire fleets without a trace. Even earlier, back in 1872, the ghost ship Mary Celeste was found adrift, her lifeboat gone, but cargo untouched. While not strictly inside the triangle, her unexplained abandonment echoed the dread. These weren't simple shipwrecks. They were impossible riddles, feeding a chilling conviction. Something truly extraordinary, something truly terrifying, lurked beneath these waves. The early 20th century, steamships, then planes, brought a boom in Atlantic traffic. More ships, more flights, naturally, more accidents. But the disappearances in this stretch, they defied logic. They weren't just misfortune, they were bizarre. Soon, those sailors' whispers became terrifying legends, compasses spinning like crazy, clocks refusing to tick. An unsettling sense that time itself flowed differently inside the triangle. Verifiable facts? Barely any. But these rumors, they ignited a ravenous hunger for the supernatural. Theories exploded, each one wilder than the last. Malevolent unknown forces, interdimensional portals, even aliens, UFOs zipping in to snatch ships and crews mid-flight. But for legions of believers, the answer lay far beneath the waves. Atlantis, a lost civilization, still vibrant, still wielding ancient, devastating technology. Picture it. a crystal energy grid disrupting instruments, perhaps even claiming those who dared trespass. This vision of a powerful ancient empire silently shaping our modern world struck a deep chord. It fed our primal desire for a history grander, far more mysterious than anything in our books. These fantastical tales, despite zero hard evidence, cemented the Bermuda Triangle's chilling grip on popular culture. It became the symbol of the unexplained, a place where the veil between worlds thinned, where anything was possible. But hold on. What if the truth, less fantastical, sure, is still just as powerful, just as terrifying? What if the real mysteries are woven into the very fabric of our planet? Okay, enough with the little green men and sunken cities. Let's get real. What if the Bermuda Triangle's secrets aren't alien but Earth's own? Scientists have powerful hypotheses to pierce that veil. First up, methane hydrates. Think of them as immense pockets of frozen natural gas trapped deep under the seabed, especially where the Earth is geologically active. Now, imagine an underwater tremor. It cracks those icy cages. Methane erupts, not a slow leak, but a colossal, violent burst of bubbles. When a ship sails into water like that, the density drops instantly. Buoyancy? Gone. The vessel just plummets. No warning, no time for a distress call, and planes caught in the explosive plume above, catastrophic failure. It's a chillingly plausible theory, even if hard proof for mass disappearances from single events is still rare. Then there are the ocean's behemoths, rogue waves and sudden savage storms. This region, it's a meteorological pressure cooker. The warm Gulf Stream collides with cold air, brewing perfect conditions for weather chaos. We're not talking drizzle here. We mean hyper-fast fronts that erupt from clear skies, swallowing vessels before they even know what hit them. And then the true monsters. Rogue waves, isolated walls of water sometimes over 100 feet tall. They're not just big, they're anomalies, born from multiple wave systems colliding. A ship, even a huge one, sailing into one of those, capsized, instantly. No warning, no signal, just gone. And finally, the Earth itself playing tricks. Atmospheric and magnetic anomalies. The planet's magnetic field isn't some perfect even blanket. It's patchy. Localized distortions can temporarily but dramatically throw off magnetic compasses. For those early pilots and sailors, relying on basic instruments, this meant severe navigational errors, veering off course straight into danger. Now, layer in atmospheric disturbances, radio static, phantom lights, visual illusions blurring the horizon. You've got a recipe for profound, terrifying disorientation. What if your instruments, your only guides, were lying, leading you straight into the abyss? So what have we uncovered? Are we talking aliens, Atlantean death rays, or just bad luck? The truth, as always, is far more complex, but in its own way, just as awe-inspiring. The Bermuda Triangle isn't a single mystical beast. It's a perfect storm of nature's rawest power. A deadly cocktail. Major shipping and air routes crisscross volatile weather systems, plunge over deep ocean trenches, and skim active geological zones. This isn't just bad luck. It's a statistical anomaly. A place where catastrophic events aren't possible. They're almost inevitable. Does this explain away the mystery? Not by a long shot, because even with scientific understanding, the sheer untamed power of a rogue wave, the silent sudden plunge from methane, instruments lying in a sudden squall, that's still profoundly terrifying. The vanishings of Flight 19 and countless others don't just solve a riddle, they scream a stark reminder. Humanity's place against our planet's overwhelming might is fragile, terrifyingly fragile. Maybe the real wonder isn't an alien craft. Maybe it's the sheer, brutal complexity of Earth itself. The Bermuda Triangle isn't asking us to invent monsters. It's daring us to stare harder at the world around us, to acknowledge that even with all our advanced tech, vast, untamable forces still humble us, reminding us there's an enduring mystery just beyond the horizon, a testament that sometimes the most magnificent and terrifying of empires aren't built by human hands. They're carved by nature's relentless, awe-inspiring power.